keeper. I mean, Brandon Miller, he's okay. He doesn't look like maybe a starter in the USL.
I don't know. I've seen Brandon play a couple times. I was pretty disappointed when, I have nothing against Christian Neek. I think he's a great keeper. I saw a couple times where he struggled a couple games in a row. I think you throw Brandon in, and they actually did, like, not when I wanted him to, but they threw him in and he had a good game. I think he could be a starter, but you got to give the guy a shot and give him a chance.
I'll never forget Niche just on more than 2 or 3 occasions just kicking over that poor temporary fencing that they set up when you when you walk on the turf at Salem Stadium after a game when they give up a late goal or something. I mean, honest, that year wasn't his fault. They were awful
No,
that year.
there's
The
only
whole
so
team
much you
was
can
bad.
do as a keeper, and I've been to a couple games where they were ahead, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, the team falls apart,
I
they
know.
lose. He actually cried, I mean, he's got passion, the guy, and
Yeah,
and
he really liked Rochester.
yeah,
He said nothing but good things
but
about
the sad thing
Rochester.
is when you're a player with that quality and that good, and then you got people in front of you that just aren't protecting you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately you can love the place all you want, but if it's not
Yeah.
working out for you, as anybody, you want a championship.
Right, and now he went out over to the Indy 11, and I think he had a very good year last year.
Yeah, I think he had a decent season, and like I said, I mean, I think he could go so much farther if he really wanted to.
All right, I'm gonna try a bet. Yes, we're gonna talk about the Mirage 414 West Ridge Road. My favorite place, John and Mark.
We like it too. We
love
like it a lot.
Yeah, they got a
YouTube,
lot of women.
YouTube, this is royalty-free music, so f off. Don't try to.
Yeah, don't take
Don't
things
try
down
to
again. All right.
pull our thing. Royalty-free. That means we don't have to pay for it. Anyways, the Mirage 414 West Ridge Road, where you can find 10, 15, who knows, maybe even more of the hottest girls 7 nights a week. They're open at 8 o'clock every night of the week except Fridays. Come there early, 4 p.m., get out of work. Come enjoy the coldest beer in town. I know no one really wants to think about anything cold since it's like minus 17 million outside right now.
The only
It
colder
is really
beers are the
cold.
ones you left in the trunk of your car
I
overnight.
know, no kidding. And those you got to thaw out
Yeah,
first.
right.
Yeah, you don't want to open them.
Isn't that a problem though? I don't drink anymore, but I do remember if you freeze beer and then unfreeze it, doesn't it like when you open it up, it's like a champagne bottle spraying
Well,
out?
I think,
Oh,
but
that,
also
that
doesn't
happened.
it also make it go skunk faster?
Oh my God, it did happen.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that happened. That happened.
I think-
Very recently.
I think
Very
I think I
recently.
saw that happen
Yeah.
myself.
yeah, that may have happened. Yeah.
Anyways, the Mirage, come out, support our sponsor. You will have a great time. Honestly, any night is a great night to be at there. The Mirage, you're there on the weekends, it is jam-packed. Bring your buddies. There on a weeknight, it's still packed, but a little lighter. Better girl-to-customer ratio.
If you're more, introverted,
Yeah,
you might want to
and
come
play
out.
some pool. But any night is a good night to be at the Mirage. 414 West Ridge Road, our hottest sponsor. Yeah, I like that bet. That wasn't bad.
Guess what I found?
What?
Okay. The Raiders played last year.
I know we talked about this, John.
Yeah, but
Mr. Cargyle,
but
we talked about this.
they didn't finish the season.
Yes, they did. This
This
is false information. They made the playoffs. They played in the first round of the
I thought
playoffs
they didn't
at
finish.
Bill Gray's Iceplex. No, they actually finished.
They
the
just
season.
did they have to play every game away or something? Is that the one?
They did until they found. All right, so they were supposed to start the season at the Main Street Armory, and they
Right.
sold season tickets. They sold tickets to their games at the Armory. They never played a game at the Armory. They postponed it twice, and then Chris Woodworth, who is the manager of the Bill Gray's Iceplex, gave them a deal to come put their turf out and play their games at the big rink at Bill Gray's Iceplex. So they played 2 regular season home games there. They made the playoffs in this very small league, the American Indoor Football. Just paused. It's just AIF. There's no L for some reason. But anyways, I don't know why I think because they were the AIFL and then there were some financial difficulties, so they just took off the L.
It's the AIF.
It's like
yeah.
it's like Celino and Barnes. They used to be
when it was the Barnes firm.
no.
Oh.
First it was Celino, Celino, and Barnes.
Yep.
Then it was the Barnes firm because Celino went to jail or
Yeah, yeah.
something. And
Celino
then
had some
it was
trouble.
Celino and Barnes again, but Cellino. They added an L.
Well, because it was licensed before and they couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I thought it was funny. But anyways, so yeah, they did finish the season.
What did Celino go to jail for?
I don't know. Do you know? Well, no.
No, that's why I asked.
I think I knew it at one time, but I don't remember what it was
I don't
now.
know.
But
I'm guessing like some kind of allegedly. I'm guessing some kind of white collar thing. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyways, so the Raiders did play a home playoff game against, I think it was Cleveland. Can you pull up that schedule again? Was there a team from Cleveland? But I think it was Cleveland, and they lost at the last second. It was kind of like the Super Bowl last.
Oh my
God! I said it. We're gonna get sued now.
It's the big game.
Pack up your bags,
The
everyone.
big game.
I said the dreaded S and B words. Can you believe that? The NFL, they're so big, they make so much money that they purchased words from the English dictionary, basically. You cannot use the words super or bowl next to each other. It was like the one South Park, I think it was some naughty words, but
Cleveland Patriots.
Yes, the Cleveland Patriots. They did play them in the playoffs, so. Anyways, the NFL, and I read today, I was at physical therapy. You know where I was at physical therapy? I was at, I don't have a bed ready, but Rochester Sports and Physical Therapy 2, 125 Red Creek Drive. You know what? Every other doctor in that complex today was off. Katie, she said, I got to make it into work. I have people I got to help. She was in there today helping me rehab my knee, helping people rehab all sorts of things, backs, shoulders, ankles, all sorts of stuff. Listen, you had an injury, a surgery like me, anything you need to rehab yourself for, call them. Call Katie. She's been doing it over 20 years. Edna's been doing it almost 20 years. Call them at 334-8090. Open 5 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're open late. If you work till 5, maybe you can come, make an appointment after work. And here's the best part. You do not even need a prescription from your doctor. So anything you need rehab for, give them a call. Most of your insurances, you probably don't know this, will cover up to 10 visits to a physical therapist. No prescription required. So go visit our friends over at Rochester
get back in the
Sports
game.
and Physical Therapy. I like that slogan.
Yeah.
I like it. Get back in the game.
Get back in the game.
I'm going to write that down. But anyways, while I was there today at physical therapy, I was reading about wait, what? Cellini set a pair. Oh, all right. Anyways,
I wouldn't read it, but
yeah. Anyway, okay. Allegedly. Anyways, I was reading about how the NFL, these greedy bastards at the NFL.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if you can tell, but the NFL is not my favorite sport in the world. Okay.
no, I couldn't tell all the good things you say about it.
These greedy bastards,
Calling them bastards.
they for some reason still have a non-profit designation, a not-for-profit designation.
That annoys
They don't
me.
pay taxes. None of the owners pay taxes. Their collective income after their expenses, which is called revenue.
Thanks for the financial
I was just
lesson.
going in a loop in my head. I couldn't find the word. They make over $10 billion a year collectively.
It's more than a lot of nations.
Yes. And they want to increase revenues. Roger Goodell's goal is to increase revenues to $25 billion. Okay? And the idea that was in the paper today was that they would maybe put the Super Bowl on pay-per-view.
The big game.
Oh, my God. I said it again.
They're gonna kick down the door and be like, "Did you have the written, express permission of the NFL and NBC to say those words?"
No, I didn't.
I only had the NFL's permission, not NBC's.
So they're trying to increase revenues by $15 billion more. So they think, oh, maybe instead of letting people watch that game for free, we'll just charge them.
I don't know how well that'll go.
I don't think.
Yeah, I would say people love that big game. So they either
People
pay it or get mad.
Would buy it. People are
They
so
would.
For sure they would
They
buy it,
would.
but I don't think they'd get as much as they would think. Because if you bought it, we're going to invite 50 people over to your house, and what I mean, like.
Or we'll buy it.
I'm not paying
We'll
for
buy it and
No,
then
no, I'm
have
just
Salem
saying.
Stadium. Have 15,000 people watch it for the price of one.
I'm sure they would get sued. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
and
probably.
Who wants to go to Salem Stadium in February?
Yeah, why would you even
John,
say?
we just had a
we don't,
snowstorm
we don't
last
even
night.
want to go there in the summer, let alone.
Oh, come on. I like going there. Marc.
Listen,
Marc.
I'm at almost every home
Marc,
game.
I'm trying to get them as a sponsor.
No, listen. I'm at almost every one of their home games. I was kidding. I've been a
good.
Rochester
All right,
Rhinos
good.
fan all my life.
Good.
Now, hey, did you see that they did get a new logo?
Yes. Oh, this is something, that we need to talk about. John, did you see this new logo?
No, I would
Can you
love to
pull
see
it up? I have to reset the mix.
What do you think of the logo?
I'm not a huge fan of it. I hope they keep it as like a secondary logo and still use the regular logo.
Right.
I don't think it should be a primary logo. What do you think?
I was thinking the same thing. I don't think they should change what they've had over
It's
the years.
such a. It's like the Rhinos have had the same logo.
Oh man!
With the exception of that one season when Rob Clark first took over, they've had the same logo for 20 years.
Yeah,
kind of like the Amerks, the same logo for 60 years, and the Nighthawks have had the same logo for 20 years.
It's become classic.
Yes, it has become classic.
And of course, you could argue the fact not argue the fact, but like the Amerks, they don't have the best logo in the world, what I mean? But it is what it is. But it's classic. But it is what it is. It's classic, and it's the Amerks.
Everyone knows what it is.
It's kind of like the Montreal Canadiens. It's a very simple logo, but it's classic. Just like Detroit Red Wings. It's classic. Could it be new and improved and really cool? Yeah, but it's just one of those classic things that. I don't know.
You know what's funny? If you look at the regular Rhinos logo, like I'm looking at right now, it looks like it's from '96. It looks like it was drawn up in '96, which it was, obviously. But that
one right there is that's the one.
So the new logo, the thing that gets me about the new logo is the green's a little darker. Doesn't it seem like? I mean, because it seems like the Rhinos traditionally have a little lighter green. It seems like a very dark green.
This one looks like it. This one looks like an elephant.
Oh.
Listen, you don't even have the new one up on here.
Yeah, John. Anyways, all right. We are running out of time here. We have to say that we're going to be at the Record Archive coming up this Friday night. Marc, are you going to be there? Can you be there Friday night?
Friday night.
7 p.m.? Our live appearance at the Record Archive?
Friday.
Listen. Of course I can be there.
All right, good.
I will make it a point to be there.
And we're going to have a special guest. The Mohican Warrior, Elliot Falsky, will be joining us live with myself, John, and Marc. So come out and support us and all the other podcasts from rockpodcast.com. I know you can't find us at this second on rockpodcast.com. That is going to change within the week.
I had the logo up there.
We will be carried on rockpodcast.com. Of course, we are right now carried on latenightsportsradio.com. You can find us Tuesday night starting at 10 p.m. and then after that on demand. And also rocksportsnetwork.com is our home website. Check out all their shows. They have some great shows. Upstate Range. The Big Schma is my favorite with our friend Rob down the hall, and the 31st Lap, Rush Outdoors, some great shows you can find on rocksportsnetwork.com. So there was a great story in the Democrat Chronicle last week about a former Amerks goaltender, backup goaltender. He only played 2 games for the Amerks. Called Len Perno is his name. He's from Rochester. He's 43 years old. He played at SUNY Oswego. Then he lived out his dream of playing pro hockey for the Reno Renegades of the old West Coast Hockey League. This was in 95-96. He played 14 games for the Reno Renegades. His GA not great. It was
for
5.59, so not the best. And he now is a men's league goalie for in Rochester. And anytime the Amerks have an emergency where let's say both goaltenders get called up to Buffalo or something, and they'll call up a guy from the ECHL, and they don't have a backup, they'll call up Len, and he'll come over to the Blue Cross Arena, and they have a jersey ready for him, and he'll sit on the bench.
Oh, that's cool.
He's never had to actually play, probably.
Oh, but he has sat on the bench.
Yeah. It's kind of like you.
No. I was saying like...
You just played. I'm kidding. That's where that Rhinos come.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know, thank you for having me. This will be my last.
Oh, Marc.
Listen, no. What I was saying is, like, recently they're calling them up now. I'm saying.
I think the last time that it happened was last season. Actually, they had when the Amerks had a thing where Hackett. Matt Hackett, Nathan Lewin, and Makarov all went down in the same week, and I think they called up someone from the ECHL, and they had Len dressed for 1 or 2 games. So it does happen, yeah.
So this guy, I mean, so he has to be signed player, or can they sign him that day?
They'll sign him to
like a day contract.
Yeah, like in the AHL, it's called a professional tryout, which is you can play up to 25 games, and I think it's at the minimum salary. Prorated to
sure,
per
absolutely,
game,
so
up to 25 games. So, anyways, he started his pro career. He played 14 games for the Reno Renegades, and he couldn't find his jerseys from the Reno Renegades. So he'd kind of given up hope on he